On Sunday, President Trump announced the deaths of 3 American soldiers and Iran's supreme leader in a speech that was defending the U.S. and Israel's bombing campaign of Iran. But Trump signaled that this fight will continue, even if it's likely to cost more American lives, because he justified it as self-defense.
An Iranian regime armed with long-range missiles and nuclear weapons would be a dire threat to every American.
But does the evidence support imminent danger? A Defense Intelligence Agency assessment last year concluded that Iran could develop an intercontinental ballistic missile capable of reaching the U.S. mainland by around 2035, if it chose to pursue that path. But a potential long-term threat, and not an immediate one, is not typically the standard of what justifies preemptive war under international law. And on the nuclear front, Trump's envoy, Steve Witkoff, had claimed that Iran was a week away from bomb-making material. But independent experts interviewed by PolitiFact express deep skepticism about that timeline. And it's worth noting that Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has warned that Iran was close to a bomb for more than 3 decades. It's this repeated urgency over such long periods of time that complicate claims of a sudden existential threat, much like the boy who cried wolf. Trump is also framing the campaign in moral terms.
They have waged war against civilization itself. This is the duty and the burden of a free people.
This rhetoric is reminiscent of the white man's burden, which justified U.S. domination as moral obligation at the turn of the 20th century. But its reports of civilian casualties, more than 100 at a girls' school alone since the strikes began, that risk undermining that particularly righteous framing, especially as Trump closed his speech with a call for ordinary Iranians to rise up.
I call upon all Iranian patriots who yearn for freedom to seize this moment, to be brave, be bold, be heroic, and take back your country. America is with you.
History suggests that American regime change operations, from Iraq to Libya to Syria, have produced instability rather than democracy for the people who live there. And without an articulated endgame, Trump's call reads like an open-ended wager. But maybe that's the point. Because beneath the stated reasons of self-defense, morality, and democracy that justify both this intervention now and the one in Venezuela months ago, there's another unstated common denominator. Trump has been going after oil-rich regimes whose biggest client was China, America's biggest adversary, who happens to be heavily reliant on imported oil. But what do you think of all this? Let us know in the comments down below, and be sure to follow me, Angad Singh, and South Era Network for more updates.